お出口は右側です。
Good morning from me in this very glowy lighting. Welcome to another day in Tokyo. Today we are going to be going to an area called Yanaka Ginza, and then later this afternoon I want to go to an area called Kappabashi so I can buy some new kitchen knives, and then maybe end up somewhere near Asakusa and walk down by the river. But plans may change. Let's see what we get up to.
Nezu is one of the oldest shrines in Tokyo, dating back over 1900 years. Let's take a little speed walk through the entrance. It's famous for its beautiful traditional architecture and spectacular azalea garden, which blooms vividly every spring. It also has a lengthy torii tunnel, which is always very novel for tourists, and I include myself in this. You may be curious about the small red bibs that statues wear at shrines. The red bibs are put on certain statues called jizo, who are believed to protect children and travelers. People dress the statues in red because the color is thought to keep away danger and bring good health. It's only a 15-minute walk to Yanaka Ginza from Nezu, but let's find some lunch. Given the influx of tourists in Tokyo right now, I think it's well worth it to just really muster up your confidence and walk into a random tiny restaurant where there isn't a sniff of a chance to speak English. If you don't know any Japanese, just whip out Google Translate. I started doing this at lunchtime and it felt a bit terrifying, but also like you were experiencing something a bit nostalgic and a bit more culturally authentic. Every single one of these shops was cash only though, which can be prohibitive. Today's ramen was okay, but the experience was quite memorable. It was a very blue-collar establishment, with some very interesting reading material on offer. Finally made it to Yanaka Ginza. Yanaka Ginza is a retro shopping street in Tokyo known for its traditional snacks, local shops, and old town charm. I'd not been before, and so I wasn't sure what to expect, but there were a lot of tourists there. It seems the popular thing to do was eat, so I did partake in some snacking. Immediately after ice cream, I headed to the bakery across the street. because treat yourself. After Yanaka Ginza, I passed through Tennoji Temple and Yanaka Cemetery. Yanaka Cemetery is a peaceful, tree-lined spot in Tokyo known for its cherry blossoms and historic graves, including that of Japan's last shogun. Time for another treat? Time for another treat. I can't drink caffeinated coffee, and most cafes in Japan don't serve decaf, so I order hot chocolates when I'm in Japan. Next phase of the journey was onwards to Kappabashi via Ueno Park. Everywhere in Tokyo looks so close on the map, because Tokyo is large. Only another 40-minute walk from my hot chocolate to Kappabashi, but grateful to see a side of Tokyo I hadn't before, and thankfully there were washrooms along the way. Kappabashi is Tokyo's kitchen street where you can find everything from dishes to chef's knives to those amazing plastic food models you see in restaurant windows. My main goal here today is to buy some new Japanese steel knives, but let's see what else we can find. A fair number of the shops here have a very retro vibe, which I loved. It feels like a place that hasn't changed much over the years, but given the number of tourist crowds there, I suspect it will likely gentrify in time, at least for the most popular shops. Kamaasa is the busiest knife shop on the street and arguably the most famous. They've also got a location in Paris. The shop is modern and roomy and has excellent customer service. I bought 2 knives here. I must say, I did find the same knives I bought here further down the street, in older shops for cheaper. Kajiwara Kitchen Supply was one of my favorite shops. It was nearly empty and I bought absolutely nothing there, but they had everything you could want, including very polite sales staff, a very retro cafe, and impeccable 70s and 80s vibes. If you like practical and useful souvenirs, then there is a plethora to be found on Kappabashi. Kitchen World TDI was another shop where I dropped a bunch of money. They had items I found elsewhere at design shops during the week for much higher prices. When you only need to spend 5,500 yen in order to get your tax back, it's really not hard to justify. Knife Shop TDI was my second stop for knives. Great prices and absolutely delightful salespeople who all spoke amazing English. Of course, I had to stop by the giant Mimi head at Kikuyabashi because it is epic. I continued on to Asakusa to finish off my itinerary for the day. I've not spent much time in Asakusa over the past few years as I've been to Sensoji many times. I'm here for the 2 free activities I've not done before. 1, the Asakusa Culture Tourist Information Center viewpoint on the 8th floor, and 2, the Sumida River walk. Finally, I made my way to the river. An absolutely fabulous view of the Golden Poo, real name Asahi Flame, which tops the Asahi Beer Hall. There's a great loop you can walk through Sumida Park, across the Sumida River walk, then alongside Azumabashi Pier and back across Azuma Bridge. I totally lucked out with a gorgeous golden hour hue for my walk. I don't know how I have the energy, but I crossed the road for an hour of karaoke. I love karaoke. Why wait for a group to go with when you can go alone? Let's sing. What a blast! I loved today, so thank you for coming along with me, and I'll see you in the next one.